I was, and I wanted him to come and say a few words, and I want you as McDowell County citizens that took advantage of that to actually thank him at some point. Bob Brown.
Thank you, Nelson. I really do understand that I stand between you and going home, so I won't be long. Just wanted to bring a welcome. My name is Bob Brown, and I work in the office of the president for the American Federation of Teachers. And my job is to be the project manager for Reconnecting McDowell. I live just about 7 or 8 miles east of here, and was born here and grew up here and still live here, so I have that good fortune. Thank you, Superintendent Spencer, and I'll just call you Nelson if it's okay. I see my County President Greg Pruitt somewhere. AFT work. There he is. And I saw Katie Jeff, who was at a meeting with us on Monday, I think. And I saw Senator Pete Wagner. I saw him somewhere. Where he is? He's outside. My friend Gwen Lacey, President of the McDowell Education Association, our state president of AFT, Christine Campbell. Stand there, Christine. Good news.
Hello.
And my colleague and my right arm in McDowell County, Debbie Elmore, who spends most nights at the Count Duluth Motel. That's where she lives. I was with Nelson a couple of days up in D.C. and we were in a couple of different meetings. But I don't sleep much. The older I get, the less I sleep. So I always get up early in the morning and read all of the newspapers around, at least the headlines. And this morning, a couple of things jumped out at me. I read one of the Charleston papers where there was an article there about a teacher, I think, down in Mason County. And then I read West Virginia Metro News webpage, and there was an article there about some issue up in Lewis County. And I always make the mistake, because I get up early and have a lot of time to read, I always make the mistake of reading the comments that people put after those articles. And in both of those articles about teachers, or about education, or educators, all of the comments turned into teacher bashing pretty quickly, which is not uncommon. It really bothers me when I try not to read those comments, but I find myself doing it. It always angers me that you see things there like, well, I don't know what you're complaining about. They only work 9 months a year, and they get those paid vacations all summer, and they get 2 weeks off at Christmas, and it's paid. So, having said that, I wanted to commend you for being here doing this Common Core training during your summer vacation that the public seems to think you're all out running and playing all summer. So thank you, and I want to commend you for your commitment to the education of the children of McDowell County. I started by saying that I'm the project manager for Reconnecting McDowell, and I want to tell you, just take a minute and tell you a little bit about, because we don't get to spend a lot of time in the schools of McDowell County. So I'm going to take just a few minutes to tell you a little bit about what Reconnecting McDowell is and what we're about. And also I'd like to tell you what Reconnecting McDowell is not about. Let me start and make this very, very clear. Reconnecting McDowell is not now, nor has it ever been, about the quality of instruction that takes place in McDowell County. Now, I'm in a lot of schools in West Virginia all year long. And I observe, and I'm coming out of school, and I know, and I can tell you, and I say this everywhere I go, that the instructional program in McDowell County is equal to or better than any other system in West Virginia. So I commend you for the work that you do in McDowell County. And let me tell you something else, and be real clear about this. Reconnecting McDowell is not just about McDowell County. Reconnecting McDowell is about creating a community revitalization model that can be replicated anywhere else in West Virginia or anywhere else in America. I had the pleasure on Tuesday morning of this week of visiting the White House to talk about reconnecting McDowell. Not one word was said about the quality of the instructional programs in McDowell County because everyone recognizes that the teachers in McDowell County are doing their job. What the conversation was about at the White House was how we begin to address all of the factors that occur outside of the classroom that affect that child's ability to concentrate and to learn when they're in your classroom. And that's what Reconnecting McDowell is about. As a little history, we got involved in Reconnecting McDowell, and I have to tell you, this is my 32nd year working for AFT, and I have to tell you, I think this is the most important work I've ever done in my 32 years, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. We got involved, I guess it was 2 years ago now. Our national president typically tours the country when school's open, and she happened to be in West Virginia 2 years ago in September, and at that time Joe Manchin was governor, and he and Gail invited us over for dinner at the governor's mansion. And while we were there, Gail had just been appointed to the State Board of Education, and she was talking to our president, Randy, and she said, Randy, the State Board of Education took McDowell County schools over 10 years ago, and I don't know that the State Board has done any good. And she said, I'd like to partner with the AFT and see if we could create a turnaround model. And I'll never forget, just as clearly as it could be, Randy said, well, look, if there's a struggling school system, I can tell you without stepping foot in McDowell County that it's about more than what takes place in the classroom. It's about what takes place outside the classroom. And I'll tell you this as well. It just so happened that we got involved in McDowell because that's where Gail asked us to get involved. But this could have just as easily have happened in Clay County or Gilmer County or Eastern Kanawha County, because the issues that you deal with, that children come to school with, don't just occur in McDowell County. They occur everywhere. I happen to live 7 or 8 miles east of here. You can pick up my community and everything around it and drop it into McDowell County any place, and you couldn't tell that it wasn't there. We have the same issues everywhere. But it just so happened that Gail asked us to get involved in McDowell County, and I'm so glad that we did. This is what we know, and the reason Gail asked us to come to the table, we know, as your union, something that the general public doesn't seem to recognize, and even a lot of our policymakers don't realize. State board members, legislators sometimes, they seem to miss this. That we can only teach what walks into the classroom. We have to deal with what walks into the classroom. So that's what we are seeking to do with Reconnecting McDowell. Try to deal with all of the issues that kids come to school with. And we'd like to create a sustainable community revitalization model. We have, and I'm not going to bore you with a lot of stuff, because I know, once again, I'm standing between you and getting home. But we have now over 120 partners who have signed on to Reconnecting McDowell, and we work these partners. We have divided into 7 subcommittees that are dealing with a lot of issues that happen outside the classroom. And we've had some successes. We've had some things that we could probably toot our horns about, but there's still a lot left to do, and we're committed to working and trying to make things happen in McDowell County outside the classroom. One issue I know that everybody talks about, because we talked about it first, I just want to give you a little update. We are still working to create a teacher's village somewhere in McDowell County. I'm not a real estate guy, so I came into this a little bit naive. When you start to buy property and build, there are a lot of hoops that you have to jump through, and we're still jumping through hoops, but we are committed to do that and committed to make that become a reality. So, I know you're tired, I know you're ready to go home, and once again, I thank you for the commitment you have made to this training this week, and thank you for the commitment you've made to the children of McDowell County. And so I just wanted to stop by and say hello and thank you, and sorry I missed the reception the other night. But I want to let you know that we as your union we continue to engage in both traditional union work, we got your back, and non-traditional union work, community revitalization. We're in this for the long haul, and I just want to stop by and say hello, and I'll take a lot of your time, and thank you for the incredible work that you do in McDowell County. Thank you, and thank you, Nick.